All right, so in this example here, again, we want to prove that the left side is the same as the right side, and we want to transform using identities. So more complicated side looks to be this one, so we may have some more options to either factor or to rewrite different things. So what do we notice about this left side? Okay, so we could group these first two terms together and remove a sign. Yeah, we could do that, so we could try that. So let's say sine theta, that would be 1 minus what? Sine squared theta, okay? And then plus cos theta, all over sine theta. So we could start off by doing that. Then we have 1 minus sine squared. That should jump out at you as being what? Yeah. Sine theta times cos squared theta, right? Plus cos theta all over sine. All right. So we have this. Now we have, again, we have two terms here. This one big term here that's got sine times cos squared, and then this term is just cos theta. So we could factor again. We could factor a cos out again. You could rewrite each of these as separate terms as well. This plus this. And I like that option because if you look at the other side here, you want to end up with a cos squared, which I have a cos squared here. And if I wrote this as one fraction, you could cancel out the signs, right? So watch this. We're going to do sine theta times cos squared theta all over sine theta plus cos theta over sine theta. And that leads us to this. Sine over sine is gone. We have cos squared theta. What's cos over sine is cotan. And then you have what you're looking for, and you're done. Okay, so you have some options. A good idea to take a peek at the other side to see kind of where you might want to go once you get partway through. Okay, if you factored a cosine out of here, I think you'd still be okay. Not sure if that would be, any better or worse, but let's just try that. So if I factored a cos out, I'd have sine theta cos theta plus 1 over sine theta. Okay, so that makes it a bit tricky, doesn't it? Because now you have nothing to cancel out. You can't cancel the sine out there. You have cos over sine, you have cotan, but you're multiplying. So this maybe be a little bit more work. Okay, so recognizing this right here would be your best bet. All right, so here's the next one. This is number 25. And for this one here, again, I would start with the left side. And you do have that grouping thing, although we have sine, cos, and tan. So that doesn't really help us. There's not a common factor there, is there? What we might want to do is rewrite things in terms of sine and cos and see where that takes us. So that's what I would end up doing, because tan you can rewrite as in terms of sine or cos. Or you could split this up if you want right away into two fractions that are added together. You might want to do a combination of both. So we have sine theta plus cos theta times, what's tan in terms of sine and cos? That's actually sine theta over cos theta. Okay, that's going to help simplify things a bit on top there. Over tan theta. Okay, so we see right here that this goes away like that. Okay, tan theta down here, I guess we could have rewritten that one as well. That's sine over cos, right? So sine theta over cos theta as well. So these are gone, and we have sine theta plus sine theta. Okay, so that's going to be 2 sine theta. I don't know if that's going to help us, but let's do that. Now, when you divide by a fraction, you remember when we divide by a fraction, we flip and multiply. Okay, so this ends up to be times cos theta over sine theta. So again, we're dividing by a fraction, same as flip and multiply. So now we see that we have a common factor of sine. That goes away. And we have 2 cos theta. which is what you're looking for. Okay, so that's an option for that one. And that little tip there is rewriting things in terms of sine and cos, because obviously that simplifies this part, and then it'll help simplify this part too. So writing things in terms of sine and cos.